One was, he quoted two skills. One was soft skill and hard skills. And so I call smart work and donkey work. So now I ask you one question. So how, just you raise your hand, how many of you have mobile here? Raise your hand. All. Right? Okay. My second question. Do you have brain? Yes? Yes? If you have brain, does it work? Work? Yes. Can anybody please raise your hand and tell us, yes sir, my brain works? Can anybody tell? Yes sir, my brain works. Do you have any confidence? Yes? Do you have brain? Does it work? Start. Thank you. At least she has confidence. So what does it mean, copying and writing? What is the difference between copying and writing? Copying means what? Copy. What is copying? So there is a room supervisor. Why? Because you must not copy. So like, what is copying? I told copy. And what you wrote, what you did? You wrote. My question was, copy two sentences. So therefore, in my schedule of lectures, there is a one point why our training program fails. Listen. Though the resource person is very intelligent, is very hard worker, likewise, the seed has, I speak in terms of your languages, the seed has more potential, right? If the soil is not good, so therefore our training program fails. So yesterday only I recognized we have problem with the attention. And attention is again, it produces again problem of your memory, recalling, and it leads to your inferiority complex. So this is called attention disorder. This is also one part of learning disorders. Till today, last 16 years, so nobody had done this exercise. So my exercises are very simple, they are very smart. You need not to do hard work. Did you get my point? Copying and because yesterday only I came to know that you have no idea about grammar and you are not able to write sentences. So I don't give you any homework to write your own sentences. Whatever you will write wrong. Okay? So please be attentive to the class. Now tell me, do you have brain?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Of course you may have, but you should teach to work it. Many people, everybody has brain. Today morning at 6:30 a student came and he wished me, "Good evening, sir." Because he has been attending my classes since 1 year. He has problem of learning disorders. He has very, very less attention. He has very, very less memory. So now he is studying in 8th standard, CBSE. So last year he has no idea about alphabets. So after training 7 months reading courses, I made him to decode the sentences. Now he is fine. So suppose if you tell him to do some sums, 1 plus 1. What is 1 plus 1? 2. So this is the brain works. 1 plus 1, 2. But he tells 1 plus 1, 11. His type of summing and adding is different. 2 plus 1, he tells 21. His type of thinking is different. That is the learning disorder. Okay. Yes. So initially we face problems about the framing, how to frame that meaningful sentences. So I started working and we did research and we found some easy methods. So before that I will ask you one question. Imagine you are a computer teacher or a driving school master, right? So I joined your class. On first day, first class, if you are a computer teacher, so in the first class, what do you teach me? Don't hesitate to speak. Yes? I am not audible. Basics. What are basics? Hardware, software. Yes. Parts. Parts of computer. Or if you are a driving school master, think you are a driving school master. I joined the class to drive the car. In the first class, what do you teach me? Yes, please tell. Gear. Yes. Right? So if you are a computer teacher, so you are going to introduce first elements. So like that, if we are spoken English students, so the fundamentals we should have idea. When we want to write a single sentence, what we should have an idea, not to make mistakes. Parts. So how parts are important to drive the car, how parts are very important to operate the computer. So like parts of sentences are very, very important. So they are called parts of speech. So can anybody tell how many parts of sentences are there? 100 or 108? 8. Yes? Do you know? Do you have any idea? So there are 8 parts. Everybody? All 8? Yes, there are 8. So, but I don't teach. I don't teach all. They are all not important at all. Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverbs, prepositions, and conjunction and interjection. But I don't teach all. And I never taught also. The 2 parts are very important. So those 2 parts I am going to introduce. Even if you understand those 2 parts, it's enough to speak, to write, to understand English for next 100 years. I am sure. Yes. Just to please copy. Copy and type. The first one is noun. Just I refresh your mind. You already have idea. But after that you need to speak. So therefore, noun, it is an important part of the sentence. It is used for names of persons, places, and things. Examples I have written: persons, places, and things. Somewhere I was sitting in the staff members in degree college. There was a discussion was going on, and everybody were speaking their views. Which is the best invention of human being? The best invention of human being. One told smartphone, somebody told laptop, somebody told communication gadgets, road, tire, vehicles. When my turn came, they asked, "Sir, what is your view?" He asked me, I told, what is that? The biggest invention of human being is now. Just to imagine, if your parents did not name you and you have no name at all, suppose if I want to call you, please tell me how to call. Hey, last, like this. So therefore, doctors, for a newborn baby, so they tied a tag, because the baby at that time has no name. So therefore they write in the tag, what have you seen? Have you seen what they write? Baby. Baby of mother name, Yashoda. This is the biggest invention of human beings now. What happens if there is a brain hemorrhage? The brain loses its all memory power. It formats its memory. The person who underwent brain hemorrhage, so he forgets all the names, including his name, his wife's name, father's name, children's name. So it was happened in my family 10 years ago. And suppose if we ask him, हमारा इवऱ्यार एद कहती इकी आकी है ना कहती. So he was using iki aki, but no name. Shanta, Savita, Eli hogidri, mamara, Eli hogidri. Suppose if somebody asked you outside after completion of this class, what will you tell? We went to class. ಅವ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಫಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ nouns. The patient is unable to recall persons' names, places and things. Suppose if you give pen and you ask him, ಇದೇನ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿ, ಇದು ಅದಲ್ಲ. Strange faculty of the brain. And what he was speaking, so they were all pronouns. Aki, iki, alige, ilige. The brain recalls pronouns but not the nouns. This is also throughout your, at the end of session, 20 hours. So this chart is very, very important. Very, very important pronoun. So we use this pronoun, the faculty of sentence, instead of noun. Last year, a student came into my office and he was winner of chess, a chess championship. He was studying in 7th standard CBSE, Basveshwar school. His father was very proud about his son because in a small age he achieved a lot of goals and he got a lot of prizes. And just his father asked me, sir, please tell his knowledge of English. He was studying in 7th standard and I asked him what is pronoun. And he told, sir, pronoun is it is used instead of nouns. Then I asked him, can you write the pronouns? He did not write this chart. He wrote, but not serial, but haphazardly he wrote. So there are two things. One is singular pronouns and plural pronouns. So they are systematically placed. First person, second person and